Okay, so what are we going to be making?
We, tonight, are going to make spinach tofu soup.
Yum.
For your enjoyment, which is all vegan. There's no meat products, no cheese.
No animal byproducts.
No animal byproducts. I guess olive oil doesn't have animal byproducts.
No, olive oil is definitely vegan.
I know, I'm joking.
Okay, so what do we need?
We need firm tofu.
Okay.
I got extra firm before, but just, you don't want it like a chewy, like, soup.
And tofu is a really good source of soy protein, so it's a good meat substitute for vegetarians and vegans.
Exactly. Then you need your vegetable broth. You could use chicken, again, if you don't want to do it vegan. You need like two containers. And then you need your garlic. Gotta have garlic. Your hands are going to smell completely nasty after this. Well, I mean, I like garlic, so...
Garlic is so good. Have you ever eaten a whole clove? Don't lie.
No,
I have.
If you chop this in half and you put it in the oven and you like bake it, supposedly it's like this like dip thing that you can like dip chips
really?
and stuff. Yeah.
And then it leaks out your pores for like 10 days. Okay, so we need garlic.
Garlic, and then you need spinach. You could use baby spinach, but this is just like regular leaf spinach, and we're just gonna chop it up.
And we're gonna wash it, or is it already pre-washed?
We're gonna wash it.
Okay.
We gotta cut off the stems because again, this isn't this, you know.
Yeah, it's like straight off the.
Straight off the farm.
Yeah, straight off the farm. And spinach is a really good source of iron, and it's a good blood builder too.
Yep.
Says my acupuncturist.
You need your green onion.
Okay.
And then for the liquids, you need your soy sauce, of course.
Crucial.
And then olive oil, and then you need the Japanese sesame oil. Just use a little bit of this because it's potent.
Alright, so we need olive oil, sesame oil, and soy sauce.
Yes.
And then our vegetable broth.
Vegetable broth.
Alright, so we are going to go ahead and get started, right?
Yep.
Okay, so we washed our spinach and what are these green onions?
Green onions.
Are these the same as chives?
Yeah, the chives.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we washed everything just under cold water. And what are we going to do now?
What we are going to do now is chop it up, stems, and then we are going to, we're going to put all the spinach in, like, into like a hot pan.
Okay.
And with spinach, it may look like a lot of spinach, but I guarantee you this will be probably like a quarter.
Because once it gets like wilted and stuff.
Yeah, once it gets wilted and gets all soft. So what you're going to do with that, you're going to put olive oil, garlic, cut up some garlic, and the spinach, put it in a pot, set it on high heat, and let it do its thing and melt.
Okay, excellent. So how much spinach is that, do you think?
I don't know, like half a pound or something.
Half a pound? Joe got it from Whole Foods, so it's like already grouped together.
And actually Whole Foods, like, people think it's like really expensive or whatever, but if you want to spend a little extra money and shop like kind of local, you know, that's what I tend to do.
Definitely.
Shop local.
Local is good, and you are supporting like independent farms, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Tight.
So.
Alright, so let's get started.
Gotta get started.
Okay, after a small kitchen incident where it almost lit my kitchen on fire, and the cutting board, which I had to throw away. Okay.
Notice the glossiness.
Okay, so what's in here right now? Like half of our spinach.
The spinach.
Like half of it, right?
Yeah, this is half of it, and then we are going to put the other half in. We just don't want it going all over the place.
And how much olive oil we put in? Like a fourth of a cup?
Fourth of a cup.
Fourth of a cup of olive oil.
And then we're going to put in the onion.
Okay. So you can see it's like already, it was like, our pot was almost full and now it's like wilting. And then we're going to put the rest of our spinach in when it kind of like goes down. So probably like soon, right?
Yeah, soon.
So we're cutting up 1 clove of garlic, right?
1 clove of garlic. And then I usually just cut off this end spot right here, and it's really easy to peel off. And they also make tools.
Oh yeah, those little garlic
press,
clampers. Or
so, and just chop it up finely or whatever. And now I'm like worried I'm going to cut my fingers since Julia was
we had to talk about cutting ourselves.
Talking about cutting ourselves, cooking. Just something like that, you know.
Okay. So, putting it in, so we already added all of our spinach and our garlic and a quarter cup of olive oil, and now we're just kind of like stirring it around.
Yeah.
And it's like wilting and stuff. And we can throw away the ends of our spinach, which we're going to put in my sink right now, which doesn't have a disposal, and hopefully we won't flood my house since we already burned it down. And by we, I mean I. Okay, so we're adding another clove? Like half a clove?
Yeah, I mean, the more garlic
I guess
you have,
you can add garlic to taste, right?
Yeah.
So if you want it super garlicky, add the whole garlic.
The whole big thing of garlic, yes. And then also, I added some salt into the spinach.
Okay, just like a dash.
Yeah, a dash.
And our heat is on high. So.
And then we have to prepare the tofu, which tofu
so
always has water in it.
So we already Joe cut the package open and we drained it.
And then we're gonna cut it into
halves.
No, ninths, I guess it would be.
Okay.
Because you want them kind of big.
Okay, so tofu drained, and we're using 2 packages of firm. We're gonna cut up our tofu.
All right.
And our spinach is still steaming.
Drain a little bit more.
Make sure they're completely drained.
Yeah, you want much water. Back, plop it on there.
And most tofu comes in packages like this.
Yeah.
In like blocks.
Filled with water and stuff.
Yeah.
So, what you want to do, divide it in 3 first. I guess it would be horizontally. Yeah.
Quarters. Be careful you don't cut yourself. Alright, so it's in half, and then divide it in half again.
No, not in half, it's thirds.
Oh, thirds.
0.333333.
Yes. Okay, so we divided it in thirds.
What? And on top, and then you're going to cut them again.
Into like cubes? Or...
Yeah, into cubes, yeah.
So basically cube your tofu.
Cube it.
Whichever way you can do it without cutting off your fingers.
Yes. 3 this way. So it's all thirds, basically.
Thirds, thirds, and thirds again.
Yes.
So they're like big, they're like blocks. Tofu can be really good if it's like marinated, but by itself, I don't like it. So if you've never had tofu before, you should try it in a recipe. Don't just try it straight out of the package and think it's gonna like taste good.
All right, so the spinach is all done.
See,
what you want to do is you want to put this in into another bowl.
Okay.
So then we could just use the same bowl to I got one right here.
Oh, okay.
To fry tofu, because I'm all about staying clean in the kitchen.
Yeah. See, notice Joe's little rag over shoulder. So professional. Alright, so we're just scooping it out into a bowl. Yeah, definitely. That's like all of our spinach, and look how it looks like. So it smells so good.
3 bundles right there.
Yum. It smells really good. Alright.
So then once we empty all this out, we're going to put more olive oil in the pan, and then we're just going to fry up the
tofu. We just like emptied our spinach into a bowl, and we're adding some olive oil. We're turning the heat back on high, right?
Yep.
How much did we add? Like just a couple tablespoons. Like a tablespoon or 2.
Make like a layer.
A small layer. Just enough to like cook our tofu.
Get things going.
So we're gonna put our tofu in 2 packages. So there's our tofu. Tofu kind of smells like Play-Doh a little bit, doesn't it?
Sometimes it tastes like Play-Doh.
Adding a little more olive oil. Just a dash.
I use lots of olive oil.
Olive oil is so good. And it's good for you in small quantities. So just kind of be careful not to crush them.
Usually you could do this in another spoon.
Like a pan. You could have used a pan.
Yeah, but I don't want to make a mess, so.
What are you doing?
You can smell that tofu?
Babe? She's the best. She's eating a chive. So we cut up our chives, or green onions rather, just into little chive-like pieces. Small little sections. So what's the status of our tofu?
Okay, so the olive oil was running out, so I had to...
We add a little bit more.
Add a little bit more so it doesn't burn to the pan.
So much smoke. We put the top on.
So to cook throughout a little bit better.
Okay, just for like a few minutes.
Alright, so the tofu, it's done.
Done.
Make sure you try a piece of it.
Yeah,
Make
try
sure
a piece
it's cooked
all the way
throughout. So then what you want to do next is put in your spinach.
That's our spinach mixture with like garlic and olive oil.
And just let it like marinate on top so you get that garlic taste.
It smells really good.
The tofu. And the heat's like a medium heat.
Okay, we're on medium.
So let it cook a little tiny bit more. It's like time for you to clean up if you need to clean up anything.
Yes.
We got some water over here.
You're so clean.
You know it.
Alright, so we just let it cook for like a minute with the lid on.
Yeah, I can move this out of the way.
Okay. Now we're going to add our broth. And we're using
32 fluids.
So 2 32 ounces. It's a quart. So 2 quarts.
1.5, 2 quarts.
So.
And again, you could use, you know,
Chicken broth. You could probably make your own broth too.
Yeah.
If you knew how, with like those little cubes. But I certainly don't know how. We're adding the second one.
Yeah.
Alright, we're gonna add the whole thing.
Because you remember, you might want to make it kind of brothy and not have too much stuff, you know.
Alright, so 2 whole quarts is what we used.
And then you will need to stir it up a little bit. And then
really good.
The next thing you need is soy sauce.
Okay. Soy sauce is like the Asian version of salt.
Yeah.
I went to P.F. Chang's the other day with Kelsey and she was like, "Is there a salt shaker?" And they were like, "No, we don't." They literally didn't have a salt shaker. Alright, so what are we doing?
Probably what was
Like
it? You just
sauce?
have to be the judge, you know.
I'm not good at guesstimating, but apparently Joe is a master chef.
Not quite yet. Soon enough, though. Once I get my
YouTube credentials.
Chef Nudie. Look for Chef Nudie eventually.
Joe wants to start cooking naked on YouTube. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes. I'll put a vote. Because see, when you cook in the kitchen, especially during the summer, you know, it gets real hot, you know, you're drinking wine or whatever, and then next thing you know, your shirt starts coming off, and you know, people start coming over, and you know,
More wine,
and the next thing you know, you're naked cooking, and your neighbors are looking.
You're naked
window,
cooking
like,
with a little rag over your shoulder.
So the last step is to add the sesame oil and the chives, green onion, whatever you want.
And we brought our soup to a boil.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
Whenever it starts boiling is when you want to add the rest of your ingredients. So a teaspoon
just
of
a
sesame
teaspoon, because you
oil.
can probably smell it from right there.
It smells good though.
Man. We did two bushels.
2 bushels. Bushels is a word for crabs.
I know. No, it could be for that.
Okay.
A bushel. I think so.
Okay. Bushel is like 12. I don't know.
I don't know.
Alright, two stalks.
Two stalks. Okay.
Two stalks of green onion.
Yeah, and you just let it cook just for like another 5 minutes or
With
so.
the lid?
Yeah.
We're gonna lid this motherfucker. Brought to like a boil again, right?
Yeah, you do for 5 minutes.
So like 5 more minutes, and now it's done. We sampled it, and it tastes delicious. So we're gonna put it in bowls, and it's pretty much it. Joe, do you have anything to add?
It was a pleasure having a sous chef that likes cooking, and it's really cool.
I'm not the best cook, but I do what I can. Here's our finished product, and we're gonna eat it now. I hope you guys found this helpful. I hope you're easily able to follow our steps and our measurements. And I'll talk to you guys soon.